Hello! Just a quick shipping help video for Corona 3 folding typewriters. Which is, it should be the same if you're shipping one of the original series with the smaller carriage or the improved or automatic with the slightly wider carriage. A couple of things you want to pay attention to. Since it is a folding typewriter, the carriage folds over onto the keys, right? And while this is great and convenient, you'll notice that the platen rests directly on the metal there. And if you don't have this thing lined up just right, then it won't be resting in just the right spot. But there's a way to make sure that it does. And if you're lucky enough to have one of these that has the user's manual, then it shows it pretty easily in the user's manual. But if you don't have a user's manual, which most people don't, then you can do this one weird trick. Ha ha ha. If you look on the right hand side underneath the knob, you will find a little lever. This is really just it sits near the carriage release. See, there's your carriage release. And this is the piece that we're going to be talking about. See how that moves as well. That is the carriage centering device, and what it does is it disengages the gears that are inside there rather, on the escapement, and it centers the machine. So what you can do is you touch it with your, get a hold of the knob, or even brace the other side of the carriage with your hand. Reach your thumb underneath there, and you're going to push on that little lever from the bottom. And this will also move the carriage release lever at the same time. See how that moves when I do it? So, I'm going to do that, and then it will carry over to the center. And you'll be able to feel the difference, because hear how it clicks when I don't have it done. How it's clicking like that. But when I have that lever pushed, there's no clicking. It just moves. That's because the gears inside are disengaged. And that allows you to center this thing perfectly to fit inside its case. Once you get it in the case, you're going to want to make sure to fill in the extra space back here, because there's going to be a little empty space right through there, because it's wider here than it is right there. And, those empty spaces can be fatal, because these cases are, well, they're just as old as the machines. Most of them are getting pretty close to 100 years old. And if they're not reinforced, then they probably won't survive the trip intact. Once you have the carriage centered, you're going to want to lay something down over top of the frame here to protect the frame, because you see how this one's chewed up a little bit, and almost all of them are chewed up a little bit right there from people not knowing about this. So, towel, paper towel, rolled up newspaper, foam rubber, anything right there to cover that up. So you get it put into its case, get this padded, and then take your case, put it into a trash bag or a plastic bag, anything to protect the outside of it, and then you can tape it really, really heavily on top of the plastic, not on top of the case itself, but you can tape on top of the plastic to reinforce the case and try and make sure that it has a little more oomph to it, and that the machine will have a little more protection. Then once you have that done, you can take the case itself and pad it in a slightly larger box. You're going to want to have at least about 3 inches of padding on each side as it's going into a box. So, one of these could go into a box that's, I don't know the exact dimensions, but probably about yay long and about yay high. Bigger than you would imagine. And pack that sucker in there tight. If you can shake that box and hear or feel anything moving, then it's not packed tight enough. Anyway, Hope this helps, and best of luck shipping your machine. Thank you.